Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Range Rover refresh. So today we're going to be working on the lights. Going to replace the damaged tail light. Went ahead and bought a pair of Euro lights. So Euro spec, it'll have clear lenses instead of the amber and the red. So we'll put those on, and then we also got new Euro spec front lights. So it'll do away with this amber side marker, and then it'll have clear lenses in the front, just to make it stand out, make it look a little different than the rest of the Range Rovers running around. So got all those from Range Rovers, so we'll go ahead and put those in. One other thing, we have some cool new t-shirts over on the website, DIYgarage.com. Go over there, pick you up one, it helps support the channel. I have the I avoid warranties with the wrench hand, all the boost with the turbo snail, and I am the warranty with the wrench hand. Alright, now back to the video. Alright, so here are the corner lights, the Euro spec that has the side marker deleted. It does have the amber top light. I was thinking those are going to be with clear, but it'll look good with the amber. And then the Euro rear lights does have the wider red side marker, and then of course the clear lenses. So we're going to go ahead and put the tail lights in. Should be pretty easy to swap those in, and then we'll go up front, put the front corner marker lights in. Also need to replace a high beam headlight bulb on the driver's side. So we'll do that all at the same time while we're up front. Alright, so to remove the tail light, just open the rear hatch. Look to the side here, there's two 10mm bolts, one at the bottom, one at the top. Take those out, and then there's two electrical connectors, one for the two rear lights, and then one for the side marker. So we're going to go ahead and take those bolts out, and then I'll show you the connector behind it. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the tail light removed. This was the connector for the two bulbs, the turn signal and stop light. It has these little clips on the side. You just squeeze those in and then pull to release it. And then this was for the side marker light. You just press down on the back here and it lifts up to pull it over the tab. There's also these two keepers. This top one's actually broken, but it'll still work. It'll sit in there and hold the light, keep the light from coming out on the body. There's a little, basically a ball socket joint that goes there. So next we're going to put the new light in. Just snap the electrical connector in. Make sure the ball and socket joint, make sure both of those snap back in, and then put the two 10mm bolts back in on the side here, and then we'll test the lights. Just turn the flashers on, test the brake lights, make sure everything's functioning correctly. Alright, so we got the new tail lights in. Looking good. It's a nice updated look. So next we're going to move to the front and do the front corner lights. Alright, and then moving up front to replace this corner light. So this one had gotten hit at some point, it looks like, so it's missing some of the retainer tabs. And then to get it all the way off, if you look down behind the headlight, you'll see a white, well, it's kind of a yellowed plastic now, right here that you can unscrew, and there's a long screw that that's attached to the corner light and runs through a bracket on the headlight, and then so you just want to unscrew this white piece of plastic all the way, and then that'll let the corner light free, and then we'll disconnect the electrical connectors and put the new light on. Okay, so this was the plastic piece that you unscrew to release the corner light. And here's a side-by-side comparison. This is the passenger side corner light. So this is the US spec light. It has the amber side marker in it, and this is the Euro spec. It does not have the amber in it. Alright, so we have both the new corner marker lights in. Went ahead and tested them. Made sure the fog and the blinker are working on both sides. Alright, so next we're going to top off the coolant. The dash had a warning message on it that said check coolant level, so we'll go ahead and do that next. Alright, and then for the coolant, the engine's cold, so it's safe to open the cap, press down and unscrew it, and you can see in there there's a little red piece. That's the buoy, and so if you look at the diagram, checking cold, the min, the buoy will be all the way down, the max, the buoy will be up. So we want to fill this reservoir up until the buoy is sticking out as pictured. Alright, so we went to the parts store, just got some universal coolant, and make sure it's acceptable for this car. So it's going to be the it's like a yellow orangish color. That should be the correct coolant for this one. And then we just threw a funnel in the reservoir, and gonna fill it up and keep an eye once that buoy starts moving. That way we don't overfill it. Alright, and so I kind of stopped halfway. You can see the red buoys coming up, so it still needs to be topped off a little bit. I can hear it draining down. Sounds like it's draining through a small hose. Yeah, so probably, not sure where it's draining through. There must have been some air in the lines or something. But we'll go ahead and keep filling it up until the buoy is poking out of the top. Alright, and then that's what it looks like when you have it all the way full. As you can see, the buoy's poking all the way up at the top. Basically you can check and it's maxed out. So now we'll put the cap back on, and then the next thing that we're going to do, it had a high beam headlight error on the dash also, so we're going to investigate that, and it may just be a blown bulb, so we'll get that swapped out. Alright, and so this is why the headlight code was on, because it's missing a bulb. So that's going to be the high beam. It's a H7 bulb. So I'm going to run to the parts store, grab one of those, and put it in here and see if the code goes away. Alright, and that fixed it. So the only other issue that we have with it are the brake lights. Check the fuse in the the passenger side glove box area. Fuse is good. I even swapped it with another 5-amp fuse just to double check. But none of the brake lights are turning on, so I suspect it could be the brake light switch on the brake pedal. So we're going to investigate that next. Alright, and just one other thing to note that I didn't know about the Land Rovers. So the brake lights don't work unless the key is in the ignition and on. So there wasn't anything wrong with the brake light system. It was just you have to have the key in the ignition. Alright, and then in the next episode we're going to continue cleaning the leather up, detailing the interior, and then we're also going to remove all of these gray trim, our gray plastic trims that are all beat up. It's just the paint coming off of them. So we'll find a color match for that, sand all these down, repaint those, and then the interior will be looking pretty good. If you enjoyed this content, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button. It helps me out with making these videos. Thanks for watching.